YouTube, how we doing? PPS here. YouTube play of the daytime. We got some action for you guys today. Ready to roll with one NBA, one college basketball coming at you guys today. So feeling pretty good about our spots today. Coming off a 1-1 night last time. We'll start with Bama. Bama got smoked. Both Bama and Florida lost at home, which I think was the first time ever SEC had two top 5 schools lose at home in the same night. So pretty crazy there. Heading over to Walter Clayton, he was the only guy who did anything. I think he had like 30, he had 28 or something like that. Dude hit this in the first half. Felt good about that one. So obviously we got to get this college basketball turning. So now I'm gonna just be doing my favorite play of the day. I'm going to roll one spot, and then I'll roll one NBA. NBA 4-3, 0.82. College basketball, we got to get it rolling, boys. We got to get it rolling. So let's start it off here with some NBA. And I'm going to my boy here, Cade Cunningham. This is widely available right now, 41.5 points, rebounds, assists. I think Cade Cunningham, him and Giannis have been my two most bet players in the NBA this year. And honestly, Cade is probably number one. I've played him ad nauseum. I just think that you just can't adjust enough to the usage rate. You can't adjust enough to how many minutes he's playing, right? Coming off a game last game where he played New York in the Garden, went for 36 actual points, ended up hitting this mark with 36 points, 4 assists, 2 rebounds. My biggest issue here was when you look at numbers there, you got foul trouble a little earlier than we would have liked. But this is a tough spot here to go against them in this spot. Indiana, bottom 5 in points in the paint every single year. They're absolutely terrible at guarding the rim. Obviously, Miles Turner, good shot blocker, but Cade's going to have Duren down there to kind of keep him occupied. With that being said, Cade Cunningham is 6th in the NBA in drives per game, sitting over 16. Drives per game. I think that's really important because, like I said, there's going to be a lot of points to be had in the paint there. So that as well as 15.5 potential assists per game over the season, over the whole season. Now we look at I'm going to use the last 5 games because obviously the injury to Jaden Ivey was huge. So that one obviously – with Jaden Ivey going out, that's a big person missing for points wise. A little bit lower in terms of that because he had one outlier game with the last game only having 4 assists, but 9-17 against Toronto, right? We haven't seen him back in that triple-double range in a little bit. That's because he's been scoring like crazy in these spots, right? So 32 against Golden State, 32 against Portland, 40 against Minnesota, an elite defense. So I think this is going to be a tough spot. I think if we do see anything, I really like some rebounding props for him as well. But I like points, I like rebounds, and I think we get that double-double on assists tonight as well. So everywhere I look, Cade's market's going to be just kind of going through the roof. I'm seeing 40 minutes in a few of these games, 38 to 39 consistently without foul trouble. So really like the spot. We don't know if Tyrese Halliburton's back, which obviously I hope he is because the pace-up spot will definitely be there. Looking at their numbers so far, Indiana should be about a possession and a half faster here than Detroit. So I don't think there's anyone on this team who can guard Cade Cunningham here. But like I said, I'm hoping, bias, that we see Tyrese in this game, speed this game up a little bit. And, no one's going to be able to guard Cade Cunningham. I would really want to watch my boy TJ McConnell try and pester this dude because, I think people forget Cade Cunningham is like 6'6", 6'7", bro. He's a big point guard. So really like this spot for Cade against the Pacers tonight. So sign me up, 41.5 points, rebound, assists. Play number 2, I'm going to go over to FanDuel here. We're going to be sharing it over on FanDuel. Let me pull up my screen. I'm going to be playing 83.5 at -106 here for South Dakota State at home against North Dakota. Undoubtedly, North Dakota's defense is I don't know the right word, horrendous, awful, terrible, right? They're 345 in adjusted defense. Yeah, there's a little over 350 teams, so that's not great. They play 127th adjusted tempo. We're going to get a little speed up here from South Dakota. I think it moves even faster in this game because they're going to pretty much be able to do whatever they want, right? South Dakota State, I think, has an advantage against most of these teams in the Summit just because they have an actual center. Like, they actually have a good center. Oscar Clough is a legitimate center. 6'11", 17 and 12 a game. This is a center playing 28 minutes a game. Like, who's guarding him on that side? The only guy that's a big for these guys is his name's Darius Woodson. He's 6'7", 220. Again, I go over to Oscar Clough. This dude is 6'11", 260, right? How are we stopping these offensive rebounds, right? So South Dakota State is an elite defensive rebounding team as well. I think we can see some more transition here in this spot. I just have a lot of concerns. Like, we look at North Dakota State, first half scoring allowed, 39 points per game allowed in the first half on the road this season. They're pretty much bad across the board. My issue here is the offensive rebounding numbers against North Dakota is about 200th in the country there. South Dakota State doesn't shoot a ton of threes, so I don't mind that a ton. But even if they do decide to say, oh, no one's guarding us, oh, well, these guys are leaving us wide open, right? And we have a big dude underneath who will get all of the offensive rebounds in the spot. North Dakota on the season is allowing 38% from three. That is the 15th worst in the country. So if South Dakota State does decide we're going to shoot, they have a few guys that are pretty good three-point shooters, looking at like a Joe Saylor, their number 2 scorer, Kalen Gary, 35 and 36% respectively. I think we could see this game get pretty high scoring and South Dakota State kind of running away with this. So -11, I think that's a good spot as well. I just, again, in these Dakota matchups, I think the other team will show up a little bit, but I don't think it's on the defensive end. I think you're just going to see them try to run and gun. I think South Dakota State's able to dictate pace here, and I think they run it up on these guys. So South Dakota State team total over 83.5 at -106 on FanDuel. And I'm also rolling with Cade Cunningham over 41.5 points, rebounds, assists, -120. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. We appreciate you. If you could hit that like button, that'd be much appreciated. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Keep an update on Twitter. Have the notification bell on because I know Stu might have to go a little bit earlier for Pass the Prop tomorrow. So have our bets out tomorrow and should be good. So thank you guys and best of luck tonight.